You know that feeling. You've been scrolling for an hour, your eyes are dry, your mind feels restless, yet you're completely exhausted. You're bored, but you can't stop swiping. Imagine eating a massive, incredibly rich slice of chocolate cake. Now, immediately after swallowing that heavy, sugary bite, you take a sip of your normal, everyday morning tea. That tea is going to taste like absolutely nothing, just hot water. Right now, social media is that sugary dessert. Platforms engineer billions of dollars into making sure your feed is as hyper-stimulating as possible, and your normal day-to-day life, your job, your family, reading a book, is the tea. That friction is a deliberate feature. Big tech companies spend billions to engineer a burnout that transforms your attention into ad revenue. We are caught in a cycle where seeking digital pleasure makes physical reality feel unbearable. To understand why we can't look away, we have to look at what this infinite scroll is physically doing to the brain. The trap relies on a specific neurotransmitter, dopamine. We often hear dopamine described as a pleasure chemical, a reward for doing something good. That is a myth. Dopamine is actually a chemical of anticipation. It motivates us to seek out a reward, not to enjoy it. Social media algorithms are perfectly tuned to exploit this anticipation circuit. The infinite scroll keeps your brain constantly guessing. Will the next video be funny? Will the next post be shocking? That uncertainty is what floods your system with dopamine. But frequent, rapid dopamine spikes disrupt the brain's natural balance. To handle the flood, your brain builds a tolerance. It requires increasingly intense stimuli just to feel a baseline level of motivation. You aren't getting actual joy from those hours of scrolling. You are walking on a treadmill of expectation, perpetually dissatisfied, constantly seeking the next hit to avoid the crash. To measure this, neuroscientists look at something called tonic dopamine. This is a background signal in your brain that constantly calculates the average reward rate of your surrounding environment. When you adapt to the hyper-stimulating environment of a social media feed, your brain computes an opportunity cost. It determines that stepping away to do something normal, like folding laundry or writing an email, is a massive loss of potential reward. This chart from a Princeton study details the relationship between reinforcement and response rates. Notice the sharp upward curve. It illustrates a biological rule. When the opportunity cost of doing nothing is high, the brain increases its response figure. Your frantic swiping is mathematically optimal. Every second you aren't scrolling is registered as a lost opportunity. The inability to put your phone down is simply a feature of a miscalibrated internal algorithm. Your brain is doing exactly what it evolved to do, just in an environment that heavily prioritizes digital illusions over physical reality. This mathematical imbalance triggers a destructive loop. More stimulus leads to more habituation, which creates more boredom and drives even more seeking. Over time, heavy consumption of short-form video weakens the prefrontal cortex. This is the region of your brain responsible for maintaining focus, decision-making, and self-control. We experience this weakened state in our daily lives as profound mental fatigue and impulsivity. It is the reason you might sit down to watch a movie or read a book and find yourself reaching for your phone within 10 minutes. This constant input structurally erodes the anatomy of your focus, biologically reducing your capacity to pay attention to your own life. To fix the brain's baseline, time management apps and screen limits aren't enough. You have to actively starve the anticipation circuit. Thousands of years before modern neuroscience, ancient Indian yogic traditions identified a similar concept called pratyahar. It is the conscious, intentional withdrawal of the senses from external stimuli, which allows the mind to rest and reset. Modern digital minimalism applies this exact principle. The first step is righting the craving. When the agonizing urge to check your phone hits, sit completely still. Do not pick it up. Just experience that discomfort for 5 minutes without giving in. The second step is embracing boredom. Do your daily chores, folding clothes, washing dishes, in complete silence. Strip away the background noise of podcasts and music. Let your brain relax from the constant flood of input. The final step is reclaiming the mundane. Give your complete, undivided focus to whatever boring task is directly in front of you. By removing the cheap digital dopamine, You give your prefrontal cortex the space it needs to heal. Boring is the new cool. When you stop flooding your brain with intense digital rewards, your daily tasks stop feeling tasteless. Real joy and deep focus return the exact moment you choose to put the phone down and step off the treadmill.